and let's live stream. So I'm going to go to my Facebook page, and then I will also share it to our other page. Okay, we're going live. Okay, here we go. We are live on Facebook. Hello, everyone. We're going to just wait a minute or so for a few of you to join. We have a big announcement. I'm so excited. So excited.
Kim, is this your personal, just to be clear, is this on your personal or is it on your empowering
The Empowered Life with Kim Wilkinson page.
Okay, that's why. Thank you.
You're welcome. We're going to stream to as many of our pages as we can here so that lots of you can join us. We've been hyping this up for a few days. While we're waiting for people to join, maybe we'll just each take a few seconds or a minute here to introduce ourselves, because some of you may be watching that are wondering who one or two of us are. So I'm Kim Wilkinson. I'm in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and I do a lot of things. I teach yoga and meditation, Reiki master, spiritual empowerment coach, trauma grief recovery coach. I have a podcast with my awesome friend and partner, Sheila, and Tracy was actually just a guest on our podcast recently. And so excited to be here with these two amazing friends and soul sisters. So that's a little bit about me. Sheila, tell everybody about you.
So I'm from Edmonton. I'm actually in Winnipeg right now, just doing some other work that I do, but I am also a spiritual healer. I do channeling. I channel guides and people that have passed. So that's kind of one of my passions. Teach yoga. I have the podcast with Kim, and I was fortunate enough to have connect with Tracy on our podcast last week, and we had this amazing dynamic between the three of us. And it was really exciting when Tracy kind of suggested what she had been thinking about and what she'd been planning. And Kim and I just jumped right on board and we said, we're with you, Tracy. But I'm not going to blow that for her, because I think it's up to Tracy to kind of explain where she came up with her idea and where we're going with all of this. So yeah, so I'm from Edmonton. I'm the same as Kim, and I believe in peace and love. And I believe this world is meant to be about peace and love. And I think we just got off the track as humans, and we're always just working our way back to that place. So I guess I'll give it to you, Tracy.
Okay, well, I'm Tracy, and I'm coming at you live from St. Albert, Alberta. For those of you that watch my stuff, yes, my background's a little bit different because I'm coming from my house rather than my office, which I'm actually only going to be having for about another 6 weeks or so. But so I am here in St. Albert, and I, like these ladies, do many things. I do offer some massage and some cupping and some in-person energy work. And for the most part, I show up as an intuitive guide, and I do past life work and energy clearing and channeling and all the things. And I'm super happy to be here. I'm super stoked to be sitting here with these two lovely, powerful women. So
exciting. So exciting. And as I briefly mentioned, Tracy was actually a guest on our podcast just last week, and the episode came out. I guess it was last Thursday, the episode came out. So, and the three of us have actually known each other for quite a long time, and we've worked together in different ways. And we actually, I think, talked about this on the podcast, how we, kind of broke off and went our own different ways. Still were connected through social media, but then just recently reconnected, and magic just continues to happen. So what was really cool and how this big announcement came to be is in our conversation after we finished the recording of that episode, we hit stop record and we just started to chat, and I don't even know how it came up. Maybe you remember, Tracy, but it's time to spill the beans. So tell everybody how this started and what's happening.
Well, I think actually what happened is we just came off the podcast. And for those of you that haven't caught it yet, it was all about the year of 7. And from a numerology, there we go, perspective, what this year means for us as the mystic and the hermit and the seeker. So if you haven't caught that yet, that's an amazing episode. But we came off and we started chatting. And I actually think that we were just chatting about just our businesses in general and the podcast idea. And I had said that, back in the summer, so like September, August, even a little bit more in July, I was thinking about doing my own podcast. And I had created graphics and I had this whole idea, and I never actually followed through on it because I didn't want it to be more of like another part-time job, if you will. So I wasn't interested in interviewing guests to be on there every week. And then I'd had some feedback from other people in the spiritual entrepreneur world that were like, well, you don't really want to go there by yourself because people don't really receive that very well. And all of these things. And we got talking. And I shared with you this vision that I had back in the summer. And the vision that I had was, and so I'm fully dating myself. For some of you, they're probably going to watch this and be like, I have no idea what you're talking about. You have to Google it. But there's this daytime talk show called The View. And you guys, how long? It's got to be on for what, 20 years now? It's got to be. Like, it's a while. Like some of the original people on there, like a Barbara Walters was on there originally. And there were some other women, and what they would do is they would get on this talk show every morning. I think it was at like 10 a.m. or it used to be when I, was at home with my babies anyways. But they would sit basically on a panel, and there would be anywhere between like 3 and 6 of them. And they would just kind of talk and riff on what was going on in the world. And I had said, wouldn't it be super cool if there was like a panel of us women, there was 3 or even more of us that were all sitting around, and we just started riffing on all spiritual things and bringing up different points of view and different perspectives and things that we agree on and things that we don't, and just have this open-handed dialogue and conversation. And right away Kim was like, oh my God, you could call it the spiritual view. And I was like, yes, that's exactly what you could do. I already have the graphics done for it. And then both Kim and Sheila were like, let's do it. And I was like, really? I'm like, yeah. And I was like, oh my God, I found my people for the spiritual view. It was so awesome.
It was so awesome. And it was so weird how we just said the spiritual view at the same time. And I think Sheila even commented, because Sheila knows, I don't know what it is about me this last year, but it's like, if something comes up, we're doing it now.
You want to do something, you do it with Kim.
She makes shit happen.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a shirt that says that.
Make it happen.
Oh, but and the 3 of us work so well because I know Sheila's been such a big part of my growth and journey too. Like, not only do we have our podcast together, but Sheila's done a lot of channeling and sessions with me to help me, clear and shift and go through, ascension steps. And when we all come together like this, it's amazing the magic that happens. And I am so, so excited. And before we share anymore, Sheila, let's just have you share anything that you want about this. I know you're just as excited as we are.
Well, the thing that I like about this is we just start talking about whatever we talk about. And as spiritual seekers, the one thing that I realize is that I have a lot of wisdom in this area. And I know that Kim and Tracy do too. And it's not something that we are better than anyone else. It's just something that we've been passionate about for years and years. So we have studied this, we have read this, we have been this. This has been we walk and breathe and sleep this stuff. So to be with other women and talking about it, I often have people coming to me and saying, like, where did you learn about this stuff? How did you know about this? Where do I go to find more out? And I know there's a lot of people looking for answers. And if the 3 of us can share our wisdom, and if we can be that wisdom for others, not just necessarily women, but for men as well, I think that resource is definitely needed for people. We're at a new age. We're in a time of what we call, the age of Aquarius, where we're lightening up and we're deciding that we want to live from our hearts, and people want to know how to get there. I just had someone reach out to me on my, for my channeling, and they said, I want to start doing some healing, but I don't even know where to start. And I think this page is a start for people. This is a place they can land on, and they can just, hear our views and hear our ideas of life. Not that we all would agree, that not that we don't have the same challenges or different challenges that others have, but we do have the wisdom to work through those challenges. And I think that's what this channel is all about. Just listening to three women that have been there, done that, and are willing to share that wisdom.
I think you'll find too that just because we are all on the same page, so to speak, too, we may not all agree on the same things all the time, and we're going to have different perspectives. But I think that's the importance and the value of doing this too, is to show that it's okay to have these conversations and to have different opinions with things too. And there isn't just, it's not black and white. There is no right or wrong, but the more we can share ideas and perspectives and possibilities, I think that's where we can grow. That's where we can heal, find more answers. I'm sure we'll even find some of our own answers we're looking for doing this. We certainly don't have them all, but I am so excited for this.
Yeah, me too. And I love that you said that, Kim, about, how we'll all have different viewpoints. And sometimes, of course, we'll probably agree, and sometimes we won't. And I'm actually really excited for the times where it feels a little heated. Like, not in a negative way at all, but I get really lit up because I know that when I start to feel that rising within me, that there's something that I can take away. There's something that we can learn. There's something different that I can look at with a different lensing. And that's what gets me so excited, is because for me, that's where a lot of the growth happens. It's not in what I already feel to be true or already know. It's in the things that I need to shift or know because maybe they've changed, or maybe I simply don't know it.
Yeah, I think that's an opportunity to practice acceptance, right? Accepting that it's okay to have different opinions.
Yeah.
It's going to be like that for a whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's let everybody know when this is starting. Now, we've created a YouTube channel called The Spiritual View, or is it The Spiritual View 7?
It is The Spiritual View 7 because someone already took The Spiritual View, even though they've not been active for quite a long time. So
7 is a great number. So
I thought so. The year 7.
Yeah. The Spiritual View 7 on YouTube. So we are going to be doing these weekly starting February 13th, which is a Monday. So every Monday, 9:30 a.m., we're going to live stream to our YouTube channel. And we will also, if we can, live stream, or the recordings will go into our various pages and other social media platforms. But always live streamed Monday mornings, 9:30 to the new YouTube channel starting February 13th. And we're going to be talking about anything and everything, current events, what's happening. Maybe Tracy's going to bring something that happened to her the week before. We also want to have listeners, friends, submit topics, anything and everything. The Spiritual View on absolutely any topic. I don't think we have anything off limits, do we?
Maybe when it comes up. I don't know.
Let's just say we'll consider any topic for sure. How do you get your topics to us? Well, we do have a Facebook page. It's called The Spiritual View with Tracy, Sheila, and Kim. So right now that page is up. Go and follow or join the page. You can post in there. We will share the recordings as we do these lives there and in our other groups, but that's the two places where you can definitely find us. The Facebook page, The Spiritual View with Tracy, Sheila, and Kim, and on YouTube, The Spiritual View 7.
And if you would like to come on and riff with us, because we are totally open to that too, you can bring forward a topic or whatever you'd like. You can also reach out to us and or reach out to me specifically, and I can send you an application form, and then we can get that all set up too, because that would be so much fun.
Absolutely. Sheila, anything you want to say in closing?
No, I just want to say I'm grateful for Tracy's idea, because I think it's fabulous. And Tracy, you never mentioned what came across your phone that day when you got the idea.
Yes. So the same day after we had this conversation, after we recorded the podcast and we decided that we were going to do this thing, Kim created a Facebook messenger chat for all of us. And so the three of us were messaging back and forth. We were trying to figure out dates and we were sharing ideas and all of this. And as I'm messaging them both, the Apple News notification drops in on my phone and alerts me to let me know that Barbara Walters passed away at the age of 93. So literally the day that we decided to do the spiritual view is the same day that I received the notification that one of the originals, and I actually think that she was the creator, I believe, I could be wrong, but I think it was actually her brainchild, and then she was on it for quite a few years, passed away exactly the same day. And I was like, oh my God, you can't even make this shit up. She must be standing in the heavens just shining down on us.
I think that was her okay to let us take it away.
Yeah, I think so too. Signs, the signs are everywhere.
So wild, the synchronicities.
And I'm going to channel her, but I mean, you have, when people pass, I've learned that you have to give them some time to make their way over onto the other side. So we'll give her a little bit of time, and then I'm going to channel her and see what wisdom she has for us to pass along for the spiritual view.
Maybe we'll have her as our first guest.
Yeah.
I love that. That's an amazing idea. We already have our first guest.
Yeah.
Barbara Walters.
Yeah.
Live in spirit.
Perfect.
Yeah. Amazing.
Amazing. Well, thank you, Sheila and Tracy, for doing this. We have to thank Spirit for bringing us together. And I know this is also divinely inspired and guided and will be. And I'm super, super excited to do this with both of you and to share with everybody who is interested and willing to listen. So again, find the Facebook page, find the YouTube channel, follow, subscribe. This is going to be a wild year.
It's going to be amazing. And I also just want to say to both of you, thank you for saying yes, because this is something that got dropped in like way back in the summer, and now it's a new year, right? And it's just been something that's been sitting in the background, waiting for the divine timing and the right and perfect people. So I'm so excited. So excited.
Love it.
All right.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, everyone. We're excited to see you live February 13th. And until then, share, invite your family and friends. Let's build a big community here.
Yeah.
Have a fabulous night, everyone.
Namaste.
Namaste.